Hello, welcome to Nationwide on NTA. I'm Ogochikuka Ona. President Bola Tinubu is introducing fundamental reforms to legal practice in Nigeria to ensure practitioners conform to ethics, are accountable, as well as access to justice enhanced. A proposal to that effect, the Legal Practitioners Act Repeal and Reenactment Bill, has been transmitted to the National Assembly for consideration and passage. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, while reading the executive communication, said the bill has proposals for issuance of license to legal practitioners, introduction of the 2-year tutelage and compulsory continuous professional development program.
The draft bill introduces a new legal framework strengthening the regulation of the legal profession in Nigeria and providing necessary reforms to enhance professional standards, discipline, mechanisms, and public confidence in legal practice in Nigeria.
In another development, Senate has, in line with tradition, adjourned plenary in honor of the late Senator Okechukwu Ezia, representing Enugu North, who died last week Tuesday. As the federal government intensifies efforts at rescuing the abducted students of Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School, MAGA, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has visited Kebbi State to assess ongoing security operations and boost the morale of personnel on ground. The visit underscores federal government's commitment to the rescue mission and reinforces national support for the people of Kebbi State. Correspondent Abdul Jalil Mohammed Bawa reports.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, arrived at Sir Ahmadu Bello International Airport, Birnin Kebbi, where he was received with a quarter guard parade mounted by officers of the Nigeria Police Force. Shortly after, the IGP proceeded to the Government House to pay a courtesy visit to Governor Nasir Idris, expressing the Nigeria Police Force readiness to strengthen interagency coordination, enhance local intelligence gathering, and assess current security deployment, all aimed at ensuring the safe and swift rescue of the abducted students.
I assure Your Excellency that we are not going to allow these criminal elements to succeed in their cruel agenda.
I want to wish you well and to tell you that Kebbi State is ever ready to partner with you in order to improve the security situation in this state.
The recent announcement by the presidency to withdraw police personnel from VIPs and plans to recruit 30,000 personnel will no doubt strengthen fight against insecurity, especially when Nigerians put the country at heart and provide credible intelligence to the police to fight criminal activities in the country. In Birnin Kebbi, Abdul Jalil Mohammed Bawa, NTA.
And now the House of Representatives has affirmed that the government of Nigeria will never support or sponsor violence against its own citizens. Speaker of the House, Abbas Tajuddin, stated this at a special plenary on national security convened to debate existing and emerging security challenges facing the country. Lawmakers in their debates made frank submissions about the security situation in parts of the country, calling on Nigerians to close ranks to tackle the multifaceted security threats.
These acts have been carried out by violent groups pursuing their own agendas. They do not reflect the policy or practice of the Nigerian state. Terrorism, banditry, communal clashes, and extremist violence have brought suffering to Nigerians of all faiths. Our Constitution guarantees freedom of religion, and every institution of government remains committed to protecting that right.
Discouraging ransom payments to bandits. I know it's difficult, it's easier to say. But when you pay these ransoms, they use them to acquire more weapons and kidnap more and invade more communities. So we have to strike a balance as to where we stand on the issue.
Many will say banning amnesty negotiation is too rigid. My response, Mr. Speaker, is show me one amnesty deal in Zamfara, Katsina, Sokoto, southeast, wherever in Nigeria, that has produced lasting peace. What we have seen are staged ceremonies, rusty weapons surrendered, violence resuming within months.
We don't have an option than to go back to community policing or state policing. We must begin to secure our country from every community.
The Nigerian police is currently overstretched, underfunding, underarmed, and underpaid. This is coupled with the other institutional challenges also confronted by the Nigerian police. Policing a nation as big as Nigeria with its population it is not a small job.
Our Nigerian military is not overstretched. The responsibilities of the Nigerian military are overstretched. It is time to restore the police to its rightful place as the first line of internal defense.
National Assembly correspondent Mitaire Ikpe reports that the session was attended by some officials of the United States Embassy in Nigeria. And the recent abduction of 25 school girls from Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School, MAGA, has renewed nationwide concerns over rising insecurity in Kebbi State. Residents and stakeholders are demanding urgent action to protect the people and institutions of learning. Correspondent Usman Abdullahi Shehu reports.
Of school girls from Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School, MAGA, has intensified concern over rising insecurity in Kebbi State. The incidents prompted the state government to shut down all schools to reassess safety measures.
Our government has never relented in the issue of issues to do with security in the state, more especially in schools. It's just unfortunate this happened the way it happened.
Authorities say the closure is necessary, but civil society groups and residents warn that the attack reflects deeper security challenges facing rural communities.
So this is a very weird concept that is even beyond the community people. It is beyond the communities. But the only thing, if government make efforts, definitely the community will be ready to support it.
All right, some respondents there telling us what, contributing their quota to the debates on the adoption of students and the way forward. All right, we still have Abdullahi Shehu in Birnin Kebbi to tell us what the situation is like now in the state. So, Abdullahi, let's start with the people in the state. Can you feed us with some happenings around the state and its environs now?
Thank you very much. Here in the state, if I can say, exactly almost 9 days ago since the abduction of the schoolgirls in MAGA, the security situation have been beefed up. So if you notice in the state capital, there are increase in the number of security personnel at strategic points. And then even at the outskirts of the state capital, when you are coming out, you still notice increase in security presence. And the state government continue to receive sympathizers from across the country. And another measure that the state government took is the closure of all schools, which also is a step towards readdressing the security challenges in the states. And on the general public side, there is this fear of uncertainty, the situation, because even this morning I spoke to one of our person that he said they are scared, they are even afraid to, even if they call back school now, they won't be able to send their children to school because they don't know if this bandit will still come back, and they don't know which school would they attack.
Okay, I thought you were still saying something. Other than the closure of schools and, of course, the beefing of security, which is expected. Okay, let's talk about other things that the state government is doing. And the people themselves, how are they protecting themselves? You know, just tell us a little.
Okay. The people here in the state, like I said, there is still that fear of uncertainty, especially in the case of the school girls. And those communities around the Maga, or will I say, the course of local government, they are still in shock because of the the insecurity challenge they witness, which they have never witnessed before. But the state government is now taking kind of a step to ensure involvement of the general public in the policing, or public general policing of the entire communities.
All right, thank you, Usman, and we hope the efforts are sustained to avert future occurrences. Thank you so much, Usman, for your contribution on Nationwide. Now, as the world, including Nigeria, struggles with various forms of violence and its devastating consequences, a disturbing new trend is emerging, leaving a trail of physical and emotional destruction, particularly among vulnerable groups like women and children. In the era of digitalization and information and communication technology, the world is turning attention to this new trend of violence, digital violence against women and girls, which is the focus for the 2025 16 days activity against violence. Ngozi Technical takes a special look at this trend and the legal framework to tackle the menace.
Violence in any form is an unwelcome intruder that no one deserves. Yet, it persistently targets the vulnerable, particularly women and children, and in rare cases, the male gender. The new and disturbing trend is digital violence, and it takes the form of cyberbullying, stalking, sextortion, and other forms of online abuse, which are on the rise. An estimated 68.9 million internet users in Nigeria reportedly experienced some form of online harm, while 54,000 have been targeted in sextortion scams. This explains the choice of the 2025 theme of the 16 days of activism, Unite to End Digital Violence Against All Women and Children, which harps on the importance of creating intensive awareness to prevent every form of violence against all genders.
Currently, we see a lot of women and girls being abused, especially on the internet. We have men who use images, they share non-consensual images of victims.
The effect on the youth themselves and the entire family and the whole nation is too adverse that we need to wake up from our sleep and slumber.
Experts say as the Jet Age generation is left to solve the internet to enhance learning, parental control and continuous orientation is imperative to protect these young minds.
First step to take is to ensure that we have them having healthy conversations with us. We ask them questions all the time. What are you doing? Who is your friend? Did you meet a new person today? What did you learn today? Once they can sense a feeling of comfort and see you as a friend, they'll be able to open up to you.
Addressing digital crime and violence demands a unified effort, and many believe this hinges on effective policies and collaborations across all arms of government.
You heard the speaker. He said it loud and clear that the legislative will work with all arms of government, the executive and the judiciary, to ensure that our girls and boys are safe.
Together, we can build a nation where women and girls are valued, respected, and protected.
We live in a digital world now. We will not be talking only about the VAP Acts, understand. We'll also be talking about our cyber laws. So I think that we need to strengthen our cyber laws.
An estimated 52% of women and girls between the age of 15 to 25 are said to have been harassed or abused online. This statistics is a wake-up call to all stakeholders to use the 16 days activism against gender-based violence optimally to achieve the desired goal. In Abuja, Ngozi Technical, NTA News.
And thank you, Ngozi. And similarly, the implementation of policies that protect the rights of women and girls from all forms of violence, alongside the firm prosecution of perpetrators and the bold act of speaking out against abuse, remains the urgent call to action as women across the world usher in the 2025 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Momso Demiandati reports that women in Nigeria have joined their counterparts around the globe to commemorate the days.
Please, for promotion, for you especially, you can never withdraw. For 9 good years, I was sexually abused by my dad from age 7 to age 15, and I got this curse from him whenever I don't let him to have his way.
The first thing my madam did is to seize my clothes so that I won't run away, give me out to men because she does not pay me salary.
A similar story echoed across nations. Many victims, different experiences, from women to girls, and now even men and boys. More people are becoming victims of multiple forms of violence. It is a painful reality that continues to spread, disruptive and impossible to ignore.
We must decry the recent mass abduction of heinous kidnapping of school children in Kebbi and Niger State. These events are pointers to a wider crisis where fear and impunity disrupts the potential of our nation's women, and demanding that our resolve focuses not only on domestic GBV but also on systematic and conflict-related violence that threatens our national stability.
Economic empowerment is key because it gives women agency and voice to inform the decision-making.
This colorful yet solemn flag-off of the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs in collaboration with Women for Women International, attended by international partners, civil society groups, amongst others, aim to reawaken the consciousness of Nigerians, urging everyone to join the collective fight.
Between 2020 and 2024 alone, more than 30,000 cases of gender-based violence were officially recorded.
We must support systems that help to prevent and respond to survivors of sexual and gender-based violence.
Your impact makes not just a statement, but gives them a legacy imprint.
Digital exploitation and cyberbullying of women and girls undermine safety, silence voices, and erode the gains we are making on gender equality.
We need legal frameworks that are strengthened to make sure that women are protected.
That 50% of our intervention go to women.
I want to leave my footprint on the sands of time.
In Abuja, Momso Demiandati, NTA News.
In the meantime, First Lady Oluremi Tinubu wants government institutions, especially the legislature and the judiciary, as well as technology companies, the civil society and other members of society, to take bold action towards making digital spaces safe, inclusive and respectful for all. The call is in a message marking the 2025 International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women with the theme, Unite to End Digital Violence Against Women and Girls. The theme, she notes, highlights the urgent need to address a growing and often invisible threats of online abuse, harassment, extortion and exploitation of women and girls. While expressing solidarity with all survivors and those working tirelessly to end gender-based violence, the First Lady frowns at violence of any form, offline or online, which undermines the dignity, safety, and the potential of women and girls, insisting that digital spaces should foster genuine human connection, facilitate learning, and promote productivity, and not fear. All right, we'll be having more reports now from our Lagos Network Center, and Awal Yusuf Jibo is there. Hello, Awal. From our Lagos Network Center.
Welcome to Lagos. All modalities have been put in place for the completion of the first section of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road, which will be open to traffic in December. Minister of Works David Umahi, on inspection of the road, said the contractor has been directed to intensify work on the remaining 3 kilometers to allow unfettered access from Channel 0 to 47. Joel Popola has the report.
This section 1 of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road is a lifeline residents of Lekki, Aja, Abina waiting to reduce travel time on the road.
The Minister of Works, David Umahi, is here on the directive of the President to ensure this is achieved. And the opening of the first 47 kilometers is scheduled to take place between 12th to 17th December.
What we are doing is, removing the pits, up to sometimes depth of 20 meters, and then, sand fill, and of course also bring, stone base, and then, open it to traffic. And so that is what is happening. So we have just about 3 kilometers to complete the entire, sand filling. From Ahmad Bello to Eleko Junction.
The minister will also give an update on the 7th Axia Road, which is the 25-kilometer 6-lanes dual carriageway linking Lekki Deep-Sea Port to Ekpe and Ijebu-Ode, assured that the project will be delivered within 21 months, expressing confidence in the capacity of the contractor handling the project.
We pay 30% of the cost of the entire project, and so they are to source for 70% loan. And then the federal government will borrow it. At the end of the day, the road is going to be towed.
On the legal dispute surrounding the coastal road, the minister described the dismissal of the suit filed by Wind Homes by the court as a good omen for the project. All grey areas that could affect supply of gas within the Lekki Free Trade Zone have been considered in the design of the project. The two bridges, which are 3.5 kilometers and 2.4 kilometers, have also reached an advanced stage and will be delivered within the project timeline. In Lagos, Joel Popola, NTA News.
The nation's fire service ended its Fire Safety Week in Lagos with a message to Nigerians to embrace fire safety awareness campaigns at home, markets, offices and communities until the culture of fire safety is embedded in Nigerians. Lanrik Bilei has more.
The need to make Nigerians adopt the culture of fire safety has again been emphasized as the nation's fire safety organization marked this year's Fire Safety Week. The tradition is to kick off the Fire Safety Week with an awareness campaign walk and simulations showcasing the professionalism of the fire safety service. The Federal Fire Service reminds everyone that fire safety does not end with the week. It must continue to be part of Nigerians' everyday life, especially now as the dry and festive season is around the corner.
What we love Nigerians to do is to first of all be fire conscious, fire safety conscious. Be wary of how they play with fire within the house. Let them not leave little children with to play with cooking gas, matches or lighters. That's what we call firecrackers. People should avoid them. Firecrackers in ordinary language, some people call it bangers, some people call it knockout. Then those people that are also storing them.
Sister agencies urge community leaders, traders associations and all residents to continue to partner with the Federal Fire Service.
We've had a very good relationship with the Federal Fire Service because they've always been at the forefront of disaster management for us.
Look at issue of fire. Even in FRSC, we always advise motor vehicle to have fire extinguishers.
The Fire Service says the public can always call the toll-free single-digit numbers in case of fire emergencies. In Lagos, Larry Bilei, NTA News.
And that concludes our contribution from Lagos. Nationwide will continue in Jos after the break. Do stay.
To Jos. Miango Old Students Association, Bassa Plateau State, is reiterating commitment to fostering unity among its members, advance empowerment initiatives, and supporting the continued growth and development of Ekwa Secondary School, Miango. This was during its 42nd convention at Miango with the theme Consolidating Miosa's Unity Through Empowerment and Welfare. Indiang and Abagang reports.
The convention serves as platform for reunion of Miango Old Students Association, MIOSA, and to share memories and celebrate the long-standing legacy of their alma mater.
The conventions like this, it takes my memory back. I'm excited to see all the faces.
When you have something like this, there is what? Networking.
President of MIOSA described the 42nd convention as a milestone that reflects consistency, love, resilience, and the growing impact of the association, noting that the theme underscores MIOSA's commitment to promoting stronger ties among members.
And I also thank the members who supported me really in ensuring the success of the association.
School management and traditional institutions applauded the association for keeping the legacy of the school alive through its contributions and interventions, urging members to remain steadfast, uphold cultural values, and continue supporting programs that benefit young people in the community. Highlights of the event was the ceremonial cutting of its anniversary cake, symbolizing MIOSA's 42 years of unity and achievement. As part of efforts to enhance educational development, promote quality learning, and empower students for a better future, Miango Old Students Association MIOSA inaugurated the renovated 4-block of classrooms at Ekwa Secondary School Miango in Basa local government area of Plateau State. The structure, which is named after Senator Aliyu Wadada, was renovated through contributions from members of Miango Old Students Association. The facility is to enhance effective teaching and learning in the school. In Jos, Nigerian, and the Abuja, NTA News.
The Vice-Chancellor of Annan University, Plateau State, Professor Musa Inuafodio, is urging newly matriculated postgraduate students of the university to embrace research as the driving force of academic excellence and national development. This was during the 4th matriculation and 2nd inaugural lecture for postgraduate students of the institution. Again, Indiang and Abegang reports.
Annan University, a postgraduate institution which specializes in accountancy and allied subjects, focuses on building a new generation of highly skilled professionals equipped to compete globally.
I have a very big expectation in the labor market, so it's a good place to be.
I'm grateful to God for this very special day.
Vice-Chancellor of the university, Professor Musa Fodio, highlighted the university's vision of becoming a world-leading institution in the advancement of accounting science.
And we want them to do a research that will be tailored towards addressing national issues, national policies.
So it's expected that they should be the people that will lead to solve Nigeria's financial problems.
In his inaugural lecture, Professor Sunday Malanga dwelt on digital currency, accounting education, and employability. He calls for requisite practical and technological skills needed in today's workplace, while Dr. Dagwam Dang notes that research is the bloodline of professional excellence and national development. They emphasize that postgraduate education at Annan University goes beyond earning certificates and reminded students that research is central to their academic and professional journey.
It's not only getting the certificate, but the solution providers.
But because of these digital currencies and the blockchain technology that is on board, we're talking about tripartite entries now.
250 postgraduate students matriculated. Indenyan and the Abuja, NTA News.
That's the size of our contribution from Jos. It's back to Ogochukwuka in Abuja for the continuation of Nationwide.
Thank you, Bill Kisu. And back here now, Nigeria's Monetary Policy Committee has voted to retain the benchmark interest rates at 27%, maintaining its tight monetary stance as the central bank continues efforts to stabilize prices and guide inflation downward. At the post-meeting briefing, CBN Governor Olayemi Kadoso disclosed that 16 banks have now achieved full compliance in the ongoing recapitalization exercise, which is progressing in the right direction, with the remaining institutions said to be on track as the process enters its final 4 months. Kadoso affirmed that a recapitalization program is enhancing the resilience and stability of the banking sector. On the broader economy, the governor noted that the harvest season is expected to moderate food prices, offering some relief to households after months of elevated inflation. He also reiterated that stronger fiscal monetary coordination remains essential to achieving lasting price stability. Meanwhile, Nigeria's external reserves have received a significant boost. The central bank reports that the country has now hit 10 months of import cover, with reserves rising to over $46 billion, its strongest position in years, strengthening confidence in the foreign exchange markets. President Bola Tinubu has appointed Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State as a renewed Hope Ambassador ahead of the national launch of the federal government's World Development Program. As ambassador, he will work alongside APC governors who will also serve as ambassadors of Hope. He will serve as Director General for Party Outreach, Engagement and Mobilization, working closely with All Progressives Congress leadership and governors to promote the Tinubu administration's programs and achievements. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, says Governor Uzodinma, who chairs the Progressive Governors Forum, is expected to ensure harmony and strategic coordination across the party, mobilizing and engaging people to reinforce the message of renewed hope nationwide and party's milestones and achievements since 2023. President Tinubu's appointment comes as the administration continues to show positive economic outcomes, including a decrease in inflation, stabilized exchange rates, and increased foreign exchange reserves. The president has asked Governor Uzodinma to ensure Nigerians are aware of these achievements, citing improvements in education, infrastructure, and investor confidence as the administration works to diversify the economy and drive growth. All right, Katsina State has secured pledges amounting to more than 489.4 billion naira in direct private sector investments. The announcement was made at the Katsina Investment Summit organized by the state government with the theme, Building the Future of Katsina Economy. Awal Hali reports that the summit aims to showcase the state's emerging and numerous investment potential to the global community.
It brought together investors in agriculture, solid minerals, and renewable energy, as well as policymakers and development partners, underscoring Katsina's growing status as one of Nigeria's fastest-rising investment destinations. Governor Dukoradad said the state's strengthened security architecture, economic reforms, and improved digital infrastructure have created a transparent, investor-friendly climate. He added that the reopening of key markets, a record harvest, and the launch of a 1 megawatt hydro project show Katsina's readiness to become a leading investment hub in the north.
We invite those who see investment not solely as a financial transaction, but as a catalyst for human progress, those who believe that sustainable prosperity is to build not on extraction, but on empowerment.
Whatever is going to be done to upgrade the economy, there must be a strong social safety net program. You need to have a strong and efficient safety net program that has the capacity to protect poor.
Katsina State is positioned along the border with Nigerian Republic. As such, it serves as a natural gateway for cross-border trade and regional economic integration.
Representatives of the governors of Kaduna and Yobe states also attended, pledging support for efforts to attract investment and drive Katsina's economic transformation. Awal Halaru, NTA News.
As the world continues its steady course into the digital era where innovations shape interactions and define ideas, it is time to balance the act, ensuring that humanity, not technology, leads. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu made this submission while addressing the Education Above All plenary session of the 12th World Innovation Summit for Education in Doha, Qatar. State House correspondent Adeniyi Taiwo reports.
Since 2009, when it was established by Qatar Foundation, the World Innovation Summit for Education in Doha has lived up to its billing. Imagine as an international multi-sectoral platform for creative thinking and debate. Its biennial Education Above All conversation, promoting innovation and building the future of education through collaboration.
12th World Innovation Summit.
The 12th edition of the conversation with the theme Everything begins with education, brought together policymakers and innovators from across the globe to interrogate challenges confronting education and its potential to promote community resilience. Even after transitioning from her role as a teacher, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has sustained her interest in the growth of education, and this plenary offers her a unique platform to tell the Nigerian story.
Nigeria has a huge human capital investment, and that is what we thrive on, and our youth are really paving that way. NIDA is helping young people, especially small businesses and medium enterprises, to use digital literacy to enhance their businesses. I believe that, this is the right time, and at the same time, we should be the drivers of, technology. Technology shouldn't lead. Human value should not be taken out of technology. We should be on the driver's seat.
Alluding to the success story of Qatar in the area of education, the First Lady, who shared the stage with her counterparts from Lebanon and Syria, is convinced that no religion forbids girls from being educated. As such, she says the federal government is doing everything possible to provide every Nigerian child with the endless possibilities that education offers.
I want to see every girl, every boy, see education as a foundation of where they can have human dignity and also have hope and the possibilities of endless dreams. And not only that, I want to make sure that I see them not seeing education just as a way out of poverty, but I want every child to be happy, and excited acquiring education.
The chairperson of Qatar Foundation and host of the summit, Sheikh Amuza bint Nasser, harped on the need for education to do more in transforming lives and communities by connecting young people with new jobs.
Doha, the capital city of Qatar, where the 12th edition of the World Innovation Summit for Education is currently going on, is many nautical miles from Nigeria. But the issues on the front burner here offer critical guide and insight for a future being envisaged by the Bola Tinubu administration, especially for Nigeria that is taking a decisive leap into the digital era and gig economy. From the Qatar National Convention Center here in Doha, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA News.
Thank you, Adeni, there. And still talking education, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, has strengthened technical and vocational education and training, TVET, collaboration with the University of Doha for Science and Technology, UDST. The visit aims to expand and modernize TVET across Nigeria with focus on practical training, workplace readiness, and industry-aligned certifications. Dr. Alausa told UDST's certificate school, commending its emphasis on competency-based TVET education and internationally accredited technical programs. The minister says that the partnership between Nigeria and UDST will focus on 3 key areas: faculty exchange and train-the-trainer programs, quality assurance and international certification standards, and entrepreneurship, innovation, and incubation support. Nigerian instructors will receive advanced training in areas like plumbing, welding, and solar photovoltaic technology, while UDST will support Nigeria in developing a quality assurance framework to make Nigerian TVET qualifications globally acceptable. This partnership underscores the federal government's commitment to producing a skilled, globally competitive workforce capable of driving Nigeria's economic transformation. By modernizing its TVET ecosystem, Nigeria aims to expand opportunities for young people and align skills development with international benchmarks, empowering them to become entrepreneurs, business owners, and innovators. Edo State government's renewed offensive against violent crime is gaining significant momentum as Governor Monday Okpeolo's security architecture delivered another decisive victory. This time, it is a demolition of a property used as a major operational base by kidnappers in Egban community, Ovia Northeast local government area of the state. Correspondent Goodluck Inaini reports that the latest operations, with many arrests, underscores the administration's commitment to safeguarding lives and restoring public confidence across both the rural and the urban corridors in the state.
The suspected kidnappers, identified as Anthony Fediga Ebimewe and Luke Decimo, were arrested following what security authorities described as high-level intelligence-driven surveillance. The suspects confessed to their role in the abduction of one Blessing Lusa, who was released after 30 million naira ransom was paid. The duo, however, sealed their fate after allegedly abducting another business person and demanding a staggering 500 million naira ransom, an act that triggered an expanded multi-agency response and sustained tracking that culminated in their arrest.
When they carry the person can reach our village, so they can't tell me, may I show the road to lead to a creek. When they don't do everything where they do finish, last time they can't give me 200,000.
He asked me how much the person go fit pay. I say if he pay like 500 million.
They have been in the business for a while. They had done some kidnaps that had led to a suspect. After collecting the ransom of 30 million, the suspect was killed as well.
In the same vein, 4 suspected kidnappers were also apprehended by personnel of the 4th Brigade Nigerian Army in Benin City during a crackdown on kidnapping and related criminal activities along the Aho and Uselu-Naho axis in Unhode local government area.
I really thank the work when Special Force Squad they do.
We really thank the state government and the governor Bewolo.
While insecurity remains a challenge, the momentum of recent raids offered renewed confidence that criminal networks can be dismantled. Security experts say with sustained pressure, community cooperation, and transparency in security management, restoring long-term stability could be achieved. In Benin, Goodluck Inaini, NTA News.
All right, renewed confidence there. You're right. Good luck. But let's rejoin you live now for more insights on this. What is the role of the State's Command and the Control Center in all of these strategies to rid the state of crimes and criminalities? Let's hear from you.
Welcome to Benin. Thank you, Ogo. It has been an interesting time here in Edo State, fighting criminality and crime in the state. Tackling security in Edo State involves a multi-pronged approach with the security agencies involved and the state government also. What they do is to work in synergy to ensure that every nook and cranny in Edo is free of criminality. Just as you can see in that, from that background report, you discover that a special squad has been put in place, working with the Nigerian Army and other security agencies to ensure crime is brought down to its lowest barest minimum. I'm talking about the Command and Control Center, which was established by the immediate past administration. That center is meant to enhance the architectural security architecture of the states, which was very effective at that point in time. And this is what residents and citizens of Edo want the Governor Monday Okpebholo administration to build upon, so that everything that has to do with security in the state can be effectively managed. Well, for more of this now, let me hand you over to Obeyi Otoba Presai, who will be bringing us more reports from the Benin Network Center. Obeyi, over to you.
Thank you for that update on the security situation. And now to other reports from Benin. Edo State government has commenced demolition of houses, kiosks, and makeshift structures erected beneath the Benin Electricity Distribution Company power line in Benin in accordance with the directive of Governor Monday Okpebholo. Correspondent Goodluck Enainu monitored the exercise, reports that the action is coming after a series of notices and warnings urging owners of the structures to relocate for their safety.
Ordinarily, no one is allowed by government to build under the power lines because of the underlying health hazard and other dangers accompanying such practice. This isn't the case with the owners of shanties under the 80 power line, who have turned the place into a business arena where certain forms of criminality are being perpetrated. As the 1 month grace given by the state government to relocate has elapsed, the bulldozers are here to clear the shanties. This, for many, is like a dream. While some of the occupants make moves to rescue their items, others watch helplessly as their hopes for survival suffer some setbacks.
This corridor is not a corridor that people should habit and do business. This is power line. It's not, health-wise, it's not ideal. Safety-wise, it's not ideal because anything could happen and it could lead to death. So the government have taken as an initiative to clear these corridors, and we are using this opportunity to tell everyone within this corridor that they should leave. If you have business here, take your business out of this place.
Senator Monday Okpebholo, my boss, he has given a marching order that any place that is important to green, we should ensure we green them, and to ensure that health is paramount to us.
Although effort to get the reactions of the affected persons was not successful at press time, observers want the state government to extend similar operation to other areas in order to restore sanity. In Benin, Goodluck Enainu, NTA News.
And now to legislative matters. Edo State House of Assembly ad hoc committee probing the operations and funding of Charity Trust Fund and Museums of West African Arts, MOA, has expressed its dissatisfaction with the lack of verifiable evidence of the 27 billion naira claimed to have been raised by the Edo Museum of West African Arts, MOA. The ad hoc committee commenced its facts-finding probe on the issue, where all stakeholders involved were given the opportunity to testify. The ad hoc committee kicked off the inquisition with the representatives of the Museum of West African Art, Olayiwola Afolabi SAN, who pleaded with the committee to give him more time to go through the documents presented to him by his client. While the managing director, Edo Geographic Information Service, gave a breakdown of how 4.6 hectares of land, which is part of the land allocated to the Central Hospital, was ceded to the Museum of West African Art, the former Solicitor General of the state, Professor Faith Osadolo, who signed the Memorandum of Understanding of the Museum of West African Art on the 14th of May 2024 on behalf of the former state governor, Godwin Obaseki, was berated by the ad hoc committee for signing a document without confirmed evidence to back the financial claims.
There are some payments that ought to be paid in the process of acquiring these certificates. Processing the land, all of them were waived.
Over that place, they have raised 27 billion naira, which you signed as the 14th of May 2024. They still went to the Edo State Treasury and took 1 billion in July 2024. Is that shocking to you?
No.
Representatives of the Palace of the Oba of Benin dissociated the Palace of the Oba of Benin and the Oba of Benin, Ewai II, from all that concerns the Museum of West African Art.
Help us dig deep, find out some criminals who involved our names linked to the past in this notorious activity and put them to charge as necessary.
But the foreign donors will not actually take into this Oba project if the goodwill of the Oba of Benin was not put into it.
The chairman of the ad hoc committee rounded off the hearing and confirmed that the Accountant General and other key players who will be of help in reaching a fair and just conclusion in the investigations will also be invited. In Benin, Obe. And that's it from Benin. It's back to Ogochukuka in Abuja for the rest of Nationwide.
Thank you very much, Obey. Now, the initiative by the federal government to inculcate national identity and values into Nigerian citizens that will foster national cohesion and development is gradually coming to fruition. Kenneth Nanim reports that a joint committee that will draft the new curriculum has been formally inaugurated.
The Joint Committee of the National Orientation Agency and the National Universities Commission saddled with the responsibility of drafting the curriculum that will reflect national identity and the National Values Charter, which is expected to groom students of tertiary institutions, are being inaugurated here. Let's find out what the issues are. Follow me. The Federal Executive Council had in September 2004 approved the mandatory inclusion of the National Values Charter in school curricula from primary to post-basic levels. The charter outlines 7 promises of the country to the citizens and 7 obligations of the citizens to the country. Though the joint committee that will further interface with experts to come up with the final draft has already commenced work, but is being formally recognized at this event.
This committee is now charged with carrying this work forward, ensuring that our universities don't just produce graduates, but nurture citizens who carry the Nigerian identity with honor and purpose. Let us approach this task with urgency, clarity, and unity of purpose.
And we'll assure you that when the curriculum is finally developed, it will cut across all students in the university sector because it will be taught at the GST level. And this is because we believe that every student that finds his or her way into our university is supposed to gain this value.
The National Orientation Agency also has plans to establish Citizens Values Brigade in schools, integrate the National Values Charter into government officials' retreats, as well as working with the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) to incorporate value orientation into their programs. This, the agency explains, is a holistic approach adopted in promoting patriotism and unified national identity. Kenneth Nani, NTA News.
All right, let's have more reports now from our Kaduna Network Center. Mohamed Umar Jengi, I can see you. Take it over.
In Soba local government area of Kaduna State are said to benefit from the agro-pastoral reconciliation and resilience for sustainable livelihood and peace project. Kim Gotts reports.
Yes, Benue, Plateau, Katsina and Kaduna states have experienced recurring conflict arising from unresolved grievances, particularly the farmer-header conflict, which has claimed many lives and displaced about 3,646,000 people in Nigeria, according to the Global Report on Internal Displacement 2023. Global Peace Development is implementing agro-pastoral and agro-forestry initiatives that are mutually beneficial to the disputing parties. The project engages pastoralists like Abdul Hamid Musa and farmers like Muhammad Alamin in peace-building efforts.
Those external forces that come to cause crisis or come to divide us, we can now unify ourselves to ward them off, because most of our problems, as we have seen, is normally from external forces.
Global Peace Development also aims to increase the knowledge and capacity of community agencies to detect, refer, and respond to incidences in Soba local government area.
Soba had not been on the limelight. People don't even know their conflict in Soba the way it is. But with our PRA, we conducted deep excessive patriotic appraisal, show that Soba has severe conflict, deep-rooted, that we need to begin to resolve.
We're going to support climate-smart agricultural practices for sustainable development.
We will properly collaborate with the project in order to engage our extension workers across all
the implementing local government.
The project is expected to run for 8 months in the states, which according to the National Bureau of Statistics Multidimensional Poverty Index of 2022 are among the regions most affected by multidimensional poverty linked to the farmer-herder conflict in Kaduna.
Bulletin from this end nationwide continues in our Abuja studio with Ogochukuka. Ogochukuka, you can take it up from here.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. President Bola Tinubu expresses profound sadness over the death of Prince Bayo Oshiemi, writer, journalist, and his long-standing associate at the age of 75. And he prays that God grants him eternal rest. All right, that's Nationwide today. Many thanks for finding the time to join us. Do have a blessed evening.